All right, I wanted to just introduce something here. This is Maeve. Maeve is a player piano. Now, most of my instruments are named, and this is the newest one. I named Maeve after the character Maeve from Westworld. There is also a player piano that figures quite prominently in that series, but wanted to just kind of show you this and sort of how it works. This came from my sister. It had been in my brother-in-law's family. She got rid of it at one point, and it went to a dance studio where it sat for a while. And I didn't have room for it at the time. And then the dance studio was moving, so she asked me again if I wanted it. And this time I jumped on it because I had been kicking myself for several years that I didn't take it before. I love gadgets of all kinds, and especially older technologies. I work with a 175-year-old photographic process, for example. This is another one of those examples of things people came up with. I mean, this is basically, it's a piano, but it's also a very complicated pneumatic robot. And it's pretty impressive how it works. You've got a tracker bar here that has a series of holes, and then as the paper, the piano roll passes over it, it exposes those holes to air and it actuates the keys. Now, that's a very simple explanation of how this thing works. It's actually insidiously complicated. What fascinates me is the fact that somebody came up with this to begin with. It really has a lot akin to, the early computers that ran off of punch cards. One of my friends on Facebook, when I was posting about this, even brought that up in reference to Philip K. Dick's story called The Electric Ant, that is about someone who realizes that he's an android, and he starts to feed his own punch cards into his arm, and as he does so, it alters his own perception of reality. Interestingly, I had decided to name this thing Maeve already, but that is what happens to Maeve in Westworld, so I thought that was sort of fascinating. I have just gotten online and bought a bunch of fairly random lots of piano rolls to go with this. I have a few here. Not all of them are necessarily my thing, but again, it's a player piano, and I have it and I love it. So the one that's on here is quite interesting. It was a song that I was not familiar with. It was the one that came on it when it arrived at the house. So I fiddled with this thing for about 20 minutes, and I then finally managed to get it to play. And when I did, it was a bit of a surprise, and it pushed me back. The song that's on here is actually, I'm going from Westworld into a segue about Kelly Clarkson. The song that's on here is a Kelly Clarkson song. Again, not something I would usually come to on my own. No shade on Kelly Clarkson at all. It's just not necessarily, wouldn't have been my thing. This song is quite lovely, actually, and I really love it. I wasn't familiar with it. You might think I was living under a rock. I just happen to have very esoteric tastes, and the way I find music is basically on tangents. So, without any further ado, I'm going to wind this thing up and turn it on for you, and let Maeve play this song for you. The song is A Moment Like This by Kelly Clarkson. Maeve, bring yourself online.